You're watching Pulse for the 14th of May, and right now it's time for some StarCraft news. In this week's episode, we take a look at a developer update with Production Director Chris Sigaty, the first ever StarCraft II Balance update that won't be applied as part of a patch, the usual GSL updates, SC2 Tactician, Flash Plane StarCraft II, EG's newest member, and more. Let's get straight to the news. First up, Blizzard's Chris Sigaty has announced some of the interesting and somewhat expected things that they're working on this year for StarCraft II. So what's new then? What can we expect? Well, here's a quick list that can be read about in full detail below. I must warn you though that some of these may cause bouts of unsuppressible happiness and excitement if you are a StarCraft II player yourself. So we were told that the following features were planned to be released at or around the launch of Heart of the Swarm. Multiplayer resume from replay functionality, global play, very much like how Diablo 3 is set to start doing it next week, full multi-language support, a clan and group system, unranked matchmaking, which is something a lot of players have wanted since the very beginning, and lastly, quite a biggie, multiplayer replay viewing. Yes, you'll finally be able to sit down and watch a replay with a friend. Super cool. Along with all of this, we've just been reminded yet again that Blizzard will be showing Heart of the Swarm off to attendees at the MLG Spring Championship from June the 8th till the 10th at the Anaheim Convention Center in Anaheim, California. Additionally, they'll be releasing news in the next couple of weeks about how our participation in the upcoming Battle.net Arcade beta can win us chances to get into the upcoming Heart of the Swarm multiplayer beta test. Then, alpha invites for the arcade have apparently already started heading out. Madness. I guess there aren't really that many invites going out right now, but hey, if you did get in, be sure to let me know. And also let me know which of these freshly announced features or announcements are your favorite. I am personally most excited for the resume feature and the unranked matchmaking. Oh, and the arcade too, obviously. What can I say? I like stress-free play. Anyway, check it out below and enjoy. Next up, as you may remember, last week Blizzard started testing a couple of new balance changes coming to StarCraft II, and said adjustments seemed to be deemed good to go. Mostly at least. And will be coming to the game very soon. What's different this time is that for the first time ever, they won't be applied as part of a patch. I know, kind of weird. But on May 11th, after only a brief maintenance period in each region, the following balance changes were applied globally. For Protoss, observer build time has been decreased from 40 to 30 seconds. For Zerg, Overlord movement speed has been increased from 0.4687 to 0.586. And lastly, also for Zerg, Queen anti-ground weapon attack range has been increased from 3 to 5. That's actually a lot of range. And as I said before, there was not a patch to apply these changes. It all just went live server side or something like that. Crazy stuff. This is totally like sci-fi or something. Anyway, read more about all of that below, and now let's move on to the GSL updates. The GSL HotS has moved into its finals, and the two players set to battle it out for the top spot are MVP and Squirtle. MVP took Parting down to get to the finals, and Squirtle, Hero. So this is actually kind of a big deal because it's like the bajillionth time that MVP is in the finals, and if he actually wins this, he'll be the player with the most GSL wins under his belt in the world, ever. Right now he's tied with Nesty at 3. The finals between MVP and Squirtle are set to take place on May the 19th, so be sure to catch those live if you can. The HotS is starting its round of 24 on May the 15th. Yes, May the 15th. What the heck, ComTV? That is not a day for StarCraft II. Anyway, you can check those HotS results out below for yourselves. With our short and sweet GSL updates out of the way, now it's time for a few pieces of community news. First up, SC2 Tactician. Yes, that name already sounds super useful. SC2 Tactician is a tactical overlay for StarCraft II that gives casters the tools to communicate detailed analysis to their audience. It is, once it's completed, set to blend in with the default Observer UI, remaining unnoticed until needed. The map overview feature in SC2 Tactician allows casters to load up a top-down map image to highlight map features or perform strategic analysis, which is something I feel the guys at Blizzard should probably have added themselves. But hey, at least someone's doing it. The live overlay feature allows casters to draw simple markup shapes over the live game in the actual playing area. which is also quite cool. I can't wait to see casters start using this, or at least start trying it out, because it'll no doubt make things much easier to explain and tons easier to follow for those watching. Anyway, if this is something you're interested in, you can read all about SC2 Tactician's alpha testing below, along with all the other details you'd need to know. Next up, something that pretty much all StarCraft fans and players alike around the world are super excited about. Flash playing StarCraft II. Yep, he has apparently started playing quite seriously, and he's hoping that he will be getting enough practice in over the next couple of months to be at a competitive level. So for those that don't know, Flash is the best Brood War player in the world. Or of all time, possibly. So it's kind of a big deal if he starts playing StarCraft II properly and really focuses on it. For those interested, there's a pretty big interview with Flash below that covers a lot of this and a lot more, and there are a couple of VODs where you can actually physically see him playing StarCraft II. Super exciting stuff. He does have a lot of commitments in Brood War at the moment, but who knows? We could be seeing Flash ripping it up in StarCraft II or even the GSL any day now. Read more below or check those videos out right here on YouTube. Lastly, in the community news, Thor is here. I tried. Thorzain has left Mouse and transferred to EG. Epic stuff. And what is even more epic is the way that this whole thing was revealed. In typical EG fashion, they went all out and set up a really cool short film featuring In Control and a bunch of the EG guys at their home, kind of celebrating welcoming Thorzain. It's really weird, and you'd really have to watch it for yourself to fully appreciate it. You can do so right here on YouTube, and you can also read the full press release along with an interview with Thorzain himself over at the EG site. Good luck to the lot of them. I personally think Thorzain will fit right in with the fine gentleman from EG. With that done, let's move on to the StarCraft II Smalls. First up, in the tournament and event Smalls, and over at the official site, you can read a couple of World Championship Series updates. Then MLG's Spring StarCraft II Arena 2's casters and broadcast details have been announced. MLG and Kespa have announced an exclusive multi-year partnership. MMA took the Iron Squid Trophy over Symbol with a score of 4-2. Lucifron came out of nowhere and won the 5th Scan Invitational. The Team Arena Challenge 3 has become the IGN Pro Team League, or IPTL, and it has a whole new format too. The TSL4's casters and prize pool have been announced, the SK Planet Pro League details have been revealed, the 2012 DreamHack Summer Open has been announced. Then below you can read all about a $11,000 Gigabyte Esports LAN Invitational happening soon, along with a $6,000 MSI Battleground featuring Day 9. Revenge of the Nerds is happening on May the 19th in France, featuring Bitterdam. And lastly, read about the Summer of CSN series. Now moving along to the community Smalls, have a look at the latest Art of War post over at the official site, this one all about upgrades. Valve and Blizzard have reached a Dota trademark agreement. You can read more about this below or wait for my next Dota news episode, which should be coming soon. Have a look at This Week in Esports, a new feature that's set to be a weekly thing over at GameSpot. Read about the StarCraft II Esports Transition Conference over at Team Liquid, then an interesting blog post also over at Team Liquid titled Esports, Past and Present. Fnatic have signed Oz, Vibe has parted ways with Itzgosu, Kiwi Kaki has retired, Supernova has left OGS, and then it seems like OGS is set to disband and possibly reform under a new banner. Scarlet, Slog, Desro and Artist have left Eclipsia. Itzgosu Esports and NOS Energy Drinks have joined forces. There's a StarTale Aphrodite interview to have a look at. Learn how you can calculate your MMR with the results of one match. And lastly, Europe's first gamer bar has opened in Paris. That is sadly all I have for you in the StarCraft news this week. Check back here soon for more. Like the video and do all that other good stuff, and most importantly, happy StarCrafting.